Hello, and welcome to today's trending contract, Kill Your Family, set in Whittleton Creek and supplied to us today by Carnator 66. So on to our briefing, short and sweet, no loose ends 47. So moving on to our targets, and today we have 5 of them, along with one objective. So for today's challenge, we'll be starting at the default location. We'll be bringing with us a proximity micro taser, a lockpick, and a silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, we are going to make our way directly to Helen West's house. And in here we will encounter firstly Helen West, our target, but we can also grab ourselves a vial of lethal poison, which we can then use on, let's try it on Janus, shall we? So we're going to make our way to the Helen West property, hop over the fence and down into the basement where we can lockpick our way inside, and just on the shelf around to our left here we will find a vial of lethal poison. We're then going to head up the inside of the house and up to the first floor, where hopefully we will be able to lure Mrs. West upstairs, where she will be alone and vulnerable. Now we can usually wait in the basement for Helen West to arrive. She does go down there, but that does take a bit of time, and this method is somewhat quicker. So we're just going to turn on the Billy Bass on the wall there. Sometimes you don't even have to activate it, you just need to get near enough to it and it will activate itself. That will in turn attract the attention of Miss Helen West, and when she comes up to investigate, we can wait by the spare bedroom here using the door for cover, and when Helen West turns off Billy the Bass, we can then eliminate her with a simple bullet to the back of the head, and down she goes like a brick. So one target down, 4 more to go. We're going to give Mr. Billy Bass a nice wide berth, and we need to make our way before we leave the property into the kitchen, and we're going to retrieve ourselves a kitchen knife, of which there are a number in the kitchen. So we're just going to wait for the serving staff member to leave. There is also an FBI gardener in the bathroom, so we're going to grab the knife, hide behind the counter, wait for the FBI agent to leave, and then we are going to exit the building ourselves out the front door. And we're going to make our way now along to the house with the boat outside, and we can then use the secret tunnel and retrace our steps back to Janus's house. And we're not going to mess around with Janus. He has not a particularly long routine, but he is a very old man. He does move rather slowly, and we can be kept waiting around for him for some time. So we're going to revert back to an old method I've not used on Janus for some time, which will be the poisoned cup of tea. So we're going to lockpick our way into the garage of the house with the boat outside, lockpick our way down into the basement, lockpick our way down into the library, and then through the secret passage behind the bookshelf. So let's see, we're going to select our silenced pistol first of all. We're going to change into one of Janus's bodyguard's outfits that are lying around in the corridor here, and then we're going to let ourselves into Janus's basement. There is one guard present who is also an enforcer, and we're just going to take out the surveillance system while we're here, and then make our way up the stairs into the house just as Janus and Gunther are passing. Now they're going to go over to the living room, but it's not them we're concerned about. It is this gentleman right here on guard in the kitchen, as you can see, who is also an enforcer. So once he moves away from the entrance to the kitchen, he will go and stand by the entrance to the garage, and that will give us enough time to make our way into the kitchen, make a cup of tea, add our lethal poison to the cup of tea, and then retreat back down into the basement and back through the tunnel leading to the house with the boat outside. So in a little while, once Janus goes through his entire routine, he will go back to the kitchen, he will spot his nice piping hot cup of tea, and he will drink that accordingly. In the meantime, we are going to make our way to the house with that is for sale. We're going to hop over the fence here and cut through the garden of the house with the boat outside. And our next target is located in here, and he is already alone and isolated. We can't get through the door is locked, so we'll go through the bathroom window and out of the bathroom into the kitchen, and we'll just simply drop our target, hopefully with a single bullet to the head, and down he goes. So next up and last of all is a young couple over at the Wilson's property, currently waiting to enjoy the barbecue. At least one half of them are. Here they are, out on the porch area. Now as we run past them, we will trigger their routine, and they are going to go on a tour of the house. So while we're waiting for them to arrive in the upstairs area, we're going to make our way into the spare room here and render the serving staff member present unconscious. And that's just so that when we overflow the sink in the bathroom, we don't attract his attention. So we're going to overflow the sink, we're going to let a nice big puddle build up on the floor, and then we're going to turn the sink off, and then we're going to drop our proximity taser into the puddle and very, very quickly move away. So I'm just going to drop it at the far end of the puddle there, and we're going to wait around the corner here. I'm going to head back downstairs and watch a bit of TV while we wait, and while we're down here watching the TV, we should encounter Janus sampling his nice hot cup of tea. There he goes. And while that is happening, he looks rather deformed. Our young couple will be arriving in the front room, discussing their hosts, the Wilsons. There they are. Now, one of these is an electrocution elimination by accident, and one is a kitchen knife, which is why we have a kitchen knife. So their next stop will be the bathroom, so we're going to quickly slow down the gentleman as much as we can so that his wife will get nicely ahead of him. Let's just slow you down a little bit more. If we can get you to engage us in conversation, that would be ideal, and we have done. So the young lady will go up to the bathroom, she will step into the puddle, and she will have a shockingly bad day. And she will be closely joined by her husband, and we are going to be in the bathroom ready and waiting. So down goes the young lady, rather ungracefully but rather theatrically. Husband will walk into the room momentarily, and we can then just launch the kitchen knife at him from the far end of the room. We're going to drag his body into the bathroom, although I doubt anyone else will come up here, but let's just be able to be safe than sorry. So with all of our targets now dealt with, all that's left for us to do is to make good our escape, and the nearest available safe exit is either the bridge exit or my favourite, the bus stop exit, which means we don't have to walk home. So there we go, one more trending contract taken care of, and we'll get confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan. We met our objective, and in turn that will get us a silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.